Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I want to review Seven Doors. I've done the non-spoiler review, and I want to do the spoiler review because I can't keep it to myself. I don't think I'm going to be happy with myself if I don't do the spoiler review. But please, if you've not watched the movie, I advise that you don't watch this spoiler review yet. You have to watch the movie then before you come back to watch this one. And when do I start? The acting. I really loved the acting. Everybody was able to deliver their roles. It was top notch. Let me start with the three chiefs. It's only Otto I think I got his name, but I think there should be an OC. Among them, Iyalude. No, the three chiefs first before I add Iyalude to it. So I like the way they were just like they're like a group. I like the way they were moving around in a group. The way they were terrorizing the community as a group. It sort of like makes sense. It's just that when there's corruption, there's a group of people behind it, right? So I really like the portrayal of that in this movie. That Saka guy, I really like the way he was always putting fire to everything. Like if someone should offend any of the other chiefs, he's always the one to pour fuel to the fire to ignite it. Maybe because he enjoys seeing chaos or something. I really like that portrayal. He was able to portray that character so well. Like because of love of chaos or something, he tends to want to make people more angry about a situation that they could just have forgotten about, right? So I really love that. The next person I'll talk about is Prince Adeoye. What can I say about that character? Like from the beginning of the movie, right? When the chiefs were already calling him Kabiyesi, they're already calling him the king. And telling him not to worry, he's going to be the next person on the throne. I just knew that these chiefs wanted to scam this guy. I knew right from the beginning. I knew that there was nothing that guy would be able to do to be able to sit on that throne. And that was all he was pursuing throughout the movie. The fact that he just wanted to unseat Adedujoye and take over the throne. But like, at some point, I was even asking myself, this Prince Adeoye, can't you get it that, is it not obvious to you at some point that these people are scamming you? It's not obvious that you will not be able to take over the throne. You should have just gone back to wherever he was coming from, right? But anyway, yes, he has to be determined. What are we? What are humans if they don't have determination, right? So I really loved the way the character portrayed that Prince Adeoye. It was very good. And yes, I remember now. There was this scene where Adeoye was bribing the chiefs, including the Alode, with cows. He was bribing them with cows so that they can use the cows to just enjoy themselves, right? And then his PA was there. Please, somebody should. In fact, I want to see this PA acting more movies in the future. I've forgotten his name. I think I'll check the credits later to bring out his name. But that guy that acted the PA, oh my god, he acted it so well. Like that particular scene where Adeoye was sharing the cows. There was a way he was looking at his boss with such, what's the word I'm going to give it? You could see that from this action, you could see that he revered his boss so much with such admiration and all that. There was even he was looking at his boss like he even got distracted. He was lost in his boss's thoughts. That guy acted that scene so well. Like he had me cracking up. I think I'm going to put a clip of the video. So these are the chiefs with the Iyalo, the woman, coming to collect the bride. And that's his PA looking at. Can you see the way he's staring at his face? Can you see? Like I watched that scene and I just burst out laughing. Like he had me cracking up and he acted it so well. Like please, I would like to see this guy act more movies in the future because he was so good in that part. I'm remembering it now, it's so funny, right? So let me come to Amaka, Adedojoye's wife. Like when Amaka was begging her husband to be the king of Ilara, I just knew, man. I was like, this lady, you're asking for trouble. Like you don't even know what you're requesting. You don't know what you're requesting. Because at that point, she was only seeing it from the point of, oh, my husband is going to be the king and I'm going to be the queen. The fact that she was going to be royalty was what got her distracted. But I knew, I knew there are some certain positions that if you take them, you have to let go of so many things. You can't be yourself when you take some certain positions, right? So I knew that she was literally asking for trouble and we can see it there. And like I said in my non-spoiler review, like I just loved the acting between Adedojoye and Maka. Like the way they portrayed the fact that they were in love with each other, it was so real. It was so pure. Like they acted it so well. Like I was even admiring. I was admiring the love between them. Imagine, admiring fictional characters. Know that they were able to portray so well. Like, and when Maka broke down after her husband married all those wives, and he went to beg her as a man, as her husband, he went to beg her that he had no choice but to do that. I think that was the end of episode 4. Oh God, that scene needs to win an award. I know I keep saying that continuously. That particular scene needs a special award. Like it was portrayed so well. Oh my god, it was so beautiful. I loved it. Like that was the highest part of the movie for me. That was the highest part of the movie. Like this story is so interesting. Like I said, I will classify it as historical fiction because of the whole movie, even the Adejuyo's time is 19th century. I think it should be 19th century, 20th century. Sorry, I'm not too good with this century stuff. but it should be probably around 1950s, 1960s that it was set. So that's why it's historical fiction. That's why I classify it as historical fiction. I also classify it as romance. It's just romance because like that was the whole point. That was the whole point. Like the fact that the Adedujoye did not want to hurt his wife. The fact that they were just so in love that they were so in love that marrying other women was something that they could not bear. Oh God, it's just such a wonderful love story. Oh my God. Let me come to Adedujoye's ancestor, King Adejuwon. See, there's something I like about this movie. There's something I like about this movie. It just shows that sometimes in this life, right, when we are trying our best to attain a level of success or we're trying to achieve the goals that we set out for ourselves, we should remember that some of our decisions is going to affect our coming generation. I think that's the biggest morals of this story. It's one of the biggest morals of this movie. Whenever we are taking decisions, we should remember that we could do something wrong, right? And then we might not get punished for it or we might escape the punishment, but our coming future generation is going to suffer that decision that we took. Like that's just the biggest moral of this story. And that's what hurts the most. That was what hurts the most in this movie. The fact that Adedunjoye rather, sorry, I'm not calling the name well. The fact that King Adedunjoye was a just man, was a pure man. He had the purest and the best intentions for Ilara. But because of the mistake of his forefather, it now affected him. It was like he just came. In fact, the whole thing just looked like the gods had chosen him that he'll come there to serve the punishment of his ancestor. That's how the whole thing just looked, and that was just what was so sad. It was just so sad. And then talking about the ancestor again, let's look at the aspect of Adejuwon and Esusu. You know, Adejuwon wanted to live longer than he was supposed to, so he went to meet Esusu, and Esusu exchanged the lives of his wives for his. But the thing is that Adejuwon now lived the rest of his years in so much pains, and he felt like Esusu had cheated him out of their contract. If you look at that story, see there's an issue with this contract of a thing. Did Esusu really cheat Adejuwon out of the contract, or was it that Adejuwon did not really understand the contract to start with? I think there's a way they call it in law. I've forgotten. A situation where the two people are not wrong. Like there's a word it's called in law when two people have an issue and in the end they are not wrong and they are not right. Because the thing is that Adejuwon just told Esusu that he wants to live long, right? But he didn't specify if that long life will come with wealth or health or prosperity or whatever. So it's exactly what he asked that Esusu gave to him. Looking at that angle, I'm saying that even Esusu is not wrong in that case, and Adejuwon too is not wrong as well. But like that enmity between the two lineages, wow, it's really beautiful. I'm just happy that Adedunjoye was able to come out of it successful. And I love Femi Adebayo movies because he's making movies that portrays this African hero. I don't know if you get it. Like if you watch all these other movies, like Ageshinkole and Jagu Jagu, you see there's this African hero protagonist stuff. I love that. It's so traditional, and that's another thing I love about his movies. It's so traditional. He shows culture. He's not afraid or ashamed to show his culture. That's what I love about his movies. So this one also shows an African hero that's after fighting Esusu and winning the battle, right? Another thing is it's just so unfortunate. Adedunjoye's case was just so unfortunate because so many people that didn't need to die actually died because of him. And it's such a pitiful situation. Like the story is just sad. The story is just sad, honestly speaking. And this is the way it really is in life. So whenever we are acting in whatever we are doing, we should always remember that there are people coming behind us. And we don't want a situation where we will create problems for our future generation to start suffering or start reaping. I don't know if you get my point. That's what I loved about the movie. Like, and yes, when he was getting married to his 6 wives, when Adedujoye was getting married to the other 6 wives, and I saw Aisha Lawal, I saw Wumi Toriola, and I saw Ronke Odusonya, I just knew that was the end. I knew that Amaka is in for it. Like, there will be no boring moments in that palace. Like those wives, all those things we're doing was just not necessary, but we can't blame them anyway. We can't blame them. They're just trying to get the king's attention. And I loved the costume. I loved the set decoration. Everything was just wonderful. Then the intro. The intro, it reminds me of the intro that was in Gangs of Lagos. The way they did the intro in Gangs of Lagos, that's the way they did this intro as well. And it's just so beautiful, just so artistic. I love such an intro. And in the intro, the guy that was carrying all the garbage, when I first saw it in the intro, I actually thought it was a tree. So when I first saw this, I assumed that it was a tree that had legs with spiritual powers. Like a mythical tree or spiritual tree, like a tree that had legs. That's what I thought until I saw it in the movie. And so here was the mistaken tree with legs in the movie. I didn't want to bring out the video here. I just decided to put up a picture of it anyway. It turned out that it was a man carrying a load of garbage with ease, surprisingly. Like, please, how did they do that scene? Like, how were they able to set up that scene? That the guy was carrying so much garbage and moving around with it comfortably. Like, I'm just trying to imagine the movie trick that they did there. Excuse me. Anyway, that was all for this spoiler review. See you in the next one. Bye.